Hi, I'm Nick Houston here for Gotham Sound and Communications. I'm here with Timo Klinge from Rycote.
Hi.
Thanks for coming. How you doing?
Thanks for the invitation. Yeah, I'm doing really good. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, welcome to New York. You're in town for AES/NAB.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, we're here kind of showing off the new stuff. First thing we have here is the new Softie-Lite. So why don't you just tell me a little bit about it?
Sure, absolutely. The Softie-Lite was designed because of the big demand we get for the baseball. So it is kind of an equivalent to the baseball. So it's meant for interior booming and for light wind outside. So the reason why we designed that was also that our InVision light mount only has a certain space in between the rods and the microphone itself. So people don't like it too much if they squeeze a classic Softie onto the microphone. Even though there's no acoustic reason why you shouldn't do that, because the classic Softie is not touching the lyre. Still, it is far more convenient to have a smaller fur windshield. So we came up with the Softie-Lite, which is an open cell foam. So it's very transparent. So it's more transparent than the classic Softie. It has a short fur cover. And it closes the gap in between the microphone and the rods entirely. So you can really do very fast boom movements without any wind noise, actually.
Hold on, I can get this on.
It's the wrong
I got the
size.
wrong size. I see, so they're color coded. So you've got blue is the smaller hole. So maybe if you're using a DPA 4017.
Correct. I know it's a little bit confusing that the blue is for DPA and the green is for sharps, but we just used the color code from the baseball to not irritate people with two different color codes for the same sizes. So we just used the baseball color code, which sorry sharps, sorry DPA.
So and this is the only, from what I understand, this is the only mount that will actually fit these compact microphones without having to use part of the XLR or anything like that.
Exactly. I mean, the whole reason for the InVision Lite was that we can hold those small shotgun microphones where you actually have space and you still allow for a foam windshield, or now the Softie-Lite, because people hated to cut the foam in half to add two layers. Obviously that works, but it's not very elegant and it's not the best solution. So that is why that really neat cantilever mount came out. So it's just like that, and you can pull it out very easily, and it won't hurt the microphone. So don't be scared to use it.
Great. And when are these guys coming out? When are the Softie-Lites coming out?
The Softie-Lites are already out there. I hope that we are starting shipping at the moment.
Okay,
the Softie-Lite kits are coming in about a month. The reason for that is that we're still just waiting for packaging.
Gotcha.
So there's no real reason why we hold it back except for packaging or some of their stuff.
Okay. We would take some without packaging, just so you know. We are in serious need of Softie-Lites. Okay, so let's talk about the new stuff.
Hold on, if I may interrupt you.
Sorry.
What else we introduced is the Softie-Lite upgrade kit. So if you take a look at that, if you are using the Softie-Lite without the InVision Lite without a Softie-Lite and a very thin foam windscreen, you might get some wind noise because of the gap in between the microphone and the rods. So to make the performance, or to improve the performance, we came out with the upgrade kit, which is a TPE rod cover, more or less. So it's an extruded rod cover, very soft, and it is retrofittable, obviously. So you just unscrew those two screws here. And then you can just upgrade this system. So it reduces all kind of system resonances. It reduces the wind noise with very fast boom movements. So
And is that just because it makes it a solid piece?
Exactly. So you don't have any gaps in between the two rods. So if the foam windscreen, we tested it with a lot of windscreens, but some of the foam windscreens out there seem to be smaller than the ones we tested. So then you had like a gap in between the rods, which then created turbulences, which then created wind noise. So just to get rid of that, we came up with that. It is an upgrade kit, which will be sent to all our distributors. So it's available, and yeah.
And is it something that is an additional cost, or it's something that you're sending out for free, or what's the pricing?
The price, I think it was £5 or £8, something like that. So, but we will supply it to our distributors. So I don't know what they do with that. So,
okay, got it. All right, very good. Anything else about the Softie-Lite?
No, that's basically it.
Okay, super.
Of course, the new InVision lights will all ship with the upgrade kit, obviously.
Right. So. Okay, perfect. So if you have an old InVision light and you're noticing that you're getting additional wind noise, basically you should get the upgrade kit.
Sure.
So we'll have that available on our website soon. All right, so let's talk about the new Stereo Cyclones, because I know that's been coming for a while.
Yeah, it's the worst kept secret we have in the industry now for 3 years, I guess.
So this first one, and for people that are not familiar with the Cyclones, they've got a new aerodynamic design, right, as compared to the regular Kit 4s and all that. And then the other cool thing is that they're held on by magnets. So instead of just having a piece that you twist and have it come off, the whole thing comes off. So you can actually see the whole microphone very easily. There we go. So tell me about this this particular setup.
We made Stereo Cyclones for each and every microphone combination we thought will be popular, and there's still a configurator. I think we talk about that later, but there's still a suggest a new combination button for that. So this is one example I brought for MS setup. So I think we have 18 different microphone combinations at the moment for MS only. So what you see is that we have a cage construction with a clip arm and individual clips for the microphone. So one thing what it does obviously is that the distance between the diaphragms always stays the same. So you have one suspension for both microphones, so you won't have any phase shifting when movements or when the suspension starts to work. The next thing is it allows us to make a very customized shock mount for every combination we have out there. So just to get rid of the old back-to-back clips, it's just a big help, because I don't know what your experience are with the back-to-back clips, but they were not very convenient. So with heavy microphones, the microphone tend to twist on the microphone, which then created noise, and it's just not an elegant way to do it. So we thought about a new system, and that's what we came up with. So it's always a cage suspension with different microphone clips, and that allows us to do MS kits, double MS kits, ambisonic, of course single body mic, stereo microphones. And by now, I think the assembly count, the model count is 31 different models at the moment. And because it is kind of difficult to understand what MS Kit 16 is for, we came up with the idea that we have to do a configurator to make it very easy for the users. So basically you go on Rycote.com, go to the Stereo Cyclone page and just say, I want a suspension for my MS kit, and my mid signal microphone is a Sharp CMI T5U, and the figure of 8 is the CCM8. And it will show you the right Stereo Cyclone. It will show you the test results. We tested each and every model very thoroughly in the wind channel and also on our shaker system. So we know that everyone is working perfectly to our specs. And if it didn't, we just added a new layer or a different shore density. So it's a big project for us, which is the reason why it came 3 years late. So.
And this has all the standard features, so it's got the stereo con box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We changed the com box, obviously, so the new stereo com box is not with binder connectors anymore, so it is a bespoke cable length for every mic combination. There is an easy to solder PCB inside. So the reason for that is the whole com box and the whole system is designed to hold up to 4 different microphones, and just the cost of 4 different binder combinations would make the com box so much more expensive that we didn't think it's reasonable. So we just came up with a PCB which is easy to solder, and have bespoke com boxes for each and every version of the Stereo Cyclone.
And then so you basically, it's customizable for you, where you can have one side going to a low power XLR, or
Exactly.
going to the CCM connector.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else we should know about this particular version?
No. I mean, one question I got a lot was why the figure of 8 is below the mid-channel. The reason for that is very simple. The figure of 8 is always the most sensitive microphone we have. So we wanted to bring it to the center of the windshield. So that is why it's now sitting in exactly at the center of the Stereo Cyclone. So the wind protection for the figure of 8 is now,
It's
optimized.
not right in the middle. I see. So, yeah, look at that. So if you look, it's right smack dab in the middle. Cool. All right. All right, so let's see the other versions, and I guess we'll kind of go from standard to new and cool. So then we've got this one, which is 2 Sennheiser MKH40s in XY pattern.
Yeah.
You can see this there.
I actually love the XY assembly. I think it came out very beautiful. The neat thing about that is, and what I was missing, all XY shock mounts out there, is that you can actually adjust the angle, the recording angle in the field.
Right.
So the system here allows for that. So you can go in between 70 degree up to 120 degree.
And that's just adjusting the screw here.
Exactly. So now it's fixed with the standard screw with a hex head, but it will come with a thumb screw, so you can adjust that in the field. But if you know that your favorite angle, recording angle, is 120, and nobody can tell you anything different than that, so you can stick with the screw, and that's it. So you just have a little bit less weight on the suspension.
Yeah.
But that's basically it. For the XY, we right now only have a solution for the Sennheiser MKH 8000 series, so MKH 8040, 8050, or the CCM series, CCM 4, CCM 41. For DPA, it is working with DPA, but only with this short XLR connectors from them, and we cannot get hold of them. So right now the microphone is fitting the suspension, but you have to just then figure out how to get the cables down.
But theoretically, so you could order the back from DPA with the cable and then wire it
Absolutely.
into your con box.
Yeah, the cables, we could buy them for exactly the same price any customer would, so that would make the con box ridiculously expensive, so we just said, well, we cannot launch it.
Okay,
now.
so if you want the DPA one, just order the regular one and we'll customize it for you, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, that's great. And I love the adjustable, I do love the adjustable angle, that's easy to do. It feels really robust. Is that aluminum?
No, that is actually laser sintered plastic.
Really?
Yeah, it's a 3D printed, but like really high quality laser sintered 3D. The reason for that is like XY is not very popular in the location sound community, because so we did not know how many of those will be sold. So we start with a 3D printed, but we fell in love with the 3D print because it looked so cool. So there was no reason for doing a tool actually, because the 3D print was so affordable that,
Well, it looks great, and it feels really, really strong. I know that some of the other stereo setups in the past have been somewhat fragile. This feels a lot more robust.
It is. It's a very elastic material, but strong. So you don't it's not like the first 3D printed stuff or FDM printer where you don't have a good surface, or they are very fragile, or easy to break. So
cool. Anything about this particular one that we missed?
I don't think so.
Okay. And the thing we didn't talk about, it outputs to a standard XLR 5-pin connector.
Correct. Obviously,
Yeah, obviously. So if you had a 5-pin boom pole or cable, or even a plug-on transmitter, if you're using a stereo transmitter, you can plug it right into the side there. All right. So this one, this is a little cool because this is something that's gotten more common. This is for double XY, right?
Double MS.
Double MS, sorry.
Yeah.
This is for double MS. You can delete that part, right? Oh no, we're live. What?
Yeah, we have 4 different double MS setups at the moment.
Wow. Okay.
And this is the one which is most popular. So just by showing it, it became really popular. So we are on back order now.
Oh wow.
Even before we launched it. And the reason for that is that a lot of TV channels want to go with, like sports broadcasters, want to go for double MS instead of ambisonic for some reasons. So they like the Sharp CCM series, so that's their way to go right now for soccer or
So this one's featuring 3 capsules. So you've got 2 MK40s or 41s?
It's supposed to be 40s, but it's 41s at the moment. So it's because they look the same.
Right,
So.
they look exactly the same. So 2 MK40s, and then the CCM8.
Correct.
Right, the figure 8, and then all of that going into the new con box that you were talking about. So you've got 3 cables going in there now, and outputting to one 7-pin connector. This is 7-pin XLR.
And what's so cool about the Cyclone and the Stereo Cyclone is actually that now the side mount comes really handy. So with all the other kits where you just have to unscrew the back and slide off the basket, and then you have access to the microphones, you just can get rid of one half and have full access to all microphones, all cables, can adjust whatever you like and clip it back on within seconds actually, without actually having to touch the cables or whatever.
And jiggle because I think that was always the thing too, at least for me, I felt like with the older systems that it didn't go in easily. So things always kind of got jiggled around, and this way it's just a quick, it kind of puts itself in, as long as these things are out of the way. Voila.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a very, very small surround assembly, basically.
And do these work, you talked about ambisonic, and you said that there were 4 different cables that you could put into this. Can you put an ambisonic mic into
We do have the ambisonic right at launch for the Ambio mic, the Tetra mic.
Yeah.
And we do have the shock mount for the sound field. We're still working on the cables, but that's basically it. So, but there are not that many more ambisonic microphones out there.
You have the connectors for the Ambio one already going into the...
Yeah. But with the Ambio one, we don't have a COM box. It's just a short Ambio cable. But we have a custom cable for the Ambio one. So it's a short DIN 12 connector and a very thin cable that was really painful to get. A thin cable because, of course, Sennheiser wanted us to sell theirs, which is like a 9mm rope, more or less. So you couldn't get it even into the cable channel or the cable management. So, yeah.
Cool. Very awesome. And this... not that you would necessarily want to do that, but this comes off easily too, which is...
Yeah, for interior recordings, when you don't need the basket, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So there are the ambisonic versions, and what I did not bring is the single body mics, so like standard MKH 418 or Audio Technica BP 4029 or whatever. So all those microphones go into the Cyclone too, of course.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and that's just a regular mount with a 5-pin XLR on the inside.
Correct.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything we missed?
I don't know.
And so when are these available?
We start shipping in November. starting with the first Kit 1 models, because we have a lot of back orders there, and then we just work through the whole list. Yeah. So
And which one's the Kit 1?
Kit 1, DMAS Kit 1 is that, for example, the Sharps CCM Kit 1, and for the MS it is also the Sharps.
Oh, there you go.
But that's for no real reason. I went for the numbers with the size, so they were lucky. Then the Ambisonic is the Ambio microphone, which is shipping in November, and with the single body mic, I think it's an Audio Technica one, but I can't remember right now which one it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And do these have, I guess I meant to ask, do these have like waterproof things that you put over? I don't know why this just came to my head, but what would be the best way to waterproof these if you had to bring it out in the rain for some ungodly reason?
We're working on a solution for that at the moment, so there will be something out there. We have standard waterproof covers in beta test at the moment, so there's some kind of big brotherish show in Scotland where they have been out there for about a year actually in Scotland.
Wow.
So that's the worst conditions you could possibly have for a microphone in terms of rain. So we are just checking how they look and what they did and what it did to the material, and but there's something coming up.
Cool, awesome. And anything else we should know about that's coming up that maybe is a top secret thing you want to share?
No. But there is something really cool.
Are you sure?
Just
fade down the microphone. It's okay. Awesome. Well, Timo, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks for bringing in the new stuff. We're very excited to get it in house and get it into customers' hands. And come back again.
Absolutely, we'll do.
Awesome. For anybody who doesn't know, who's in New York or in the States, NAB/AES is going on at the Jacob Javits Center. There are still passes available. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. You can watch this video and more at Gotham Sound TV. Do we have .tv now? That's new. Okay. Let's see. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, for all the latest things in location sound for NAB and AES News. If you have any ideas for live streams that you'd like to see, either new products that you'd like us to go over, or if you want us to demo something and try something out, you can email your ideas to info@gothamsound.com. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.